welcome to the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse for CTN's live coverage of girls high school basketball. Tonight, the Cardinals host the Totino-Grace Eagles. Joey on Howie Shapiro sidelines with you tonight. And Howie, a team in Totino coming off of 4 losses in a row, but they won 7 of their first 8 to start this campaign.
They started the season on fire. Unfortunately, the last 4 games, as you mentioned, they've had a little trouble. And this is a team in Totino that the record comes in at 7-5. They've got a player by the name of Sydney Workey, and Sydney is 6'2", and she's going to give Kaylee Porsche some trouble underneath the basket. And I think it's going to be an interesting contest because I think these two teams, despite their difference in records, match up really well.
Yeah, and Workey, like Porish, is a junior, so a matchup, a couple of girls who have already seen one another and will see each other again in the future moving forward as a conference rival. On the flip side, the Cardinals know they have to be better defensively, been getting up a lot of points these last couple of games, and that one of the players getting a little more time because of her defense is Carly Anderson. Yeah,
Carly's been playing really well defensively, and that's important here for the Cardinals tonight if they're going to get a victory. This is an opportunity for Coon Rapids to kind of get off that schneid, and certainly for the same for the Eagles to stop that losing streak.
Both teams trying to get that losing streak to end. The Cardinals and the Eagles take the court next on CTN.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Back at the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, just about ready to get this one underway. And as we talked about, the Eagles 7-5, but have lost 4 straight. A team that doesn't score a lot of points. Has only scored more than 55 one time this season. That was 81 points in the season opener. Since then, still able to pick up 6 wins, scoring 55 or less.
Head coach Jessica Priest told me when I spoke to her earlier today that they really have been struggling scoring points. You know, their defense has been playing well at times, but also another one of those opportunities looking to get a little better defensive play out of the Eagles. There is head coach Jessica Priest, her 2nd season as the head coach for the Eagles of Totino-Grace.
Sophomore coach on the other side is Deb Peterson for the Cardinals, and a team that would like to see their offense pick up as well. They have struggled on both ends of the floor down the stretch, and again, it has been a consistency issue with this program. Just can't finish a whole game of strong play end to end. There's a look at your starting lineup: Solwald, Meyer, Brunn, Workey, and Workey for the Eagles. Cardinals: Hagstrom, Anderson, Nyberg, Porish, and Carver.
Coach Pearson feels that her bigs are a little more athletically inclined than the Totino-Grace Eagles are, and they're hoping to work that inside game. You know, they want to get a little better percentage shots from down low, and that's something they'll work on here tonight.
Workey able to win the tip, then worked into the offensive end. This is Mason Braun running for the right side, now back out. Finds Alexis at the top of the key. 3-pointer from the corner by Solwald is short. Long rebound collected by Hagstrom. Quickly down court. Carly Anderson will slow things down for Coon Rapids. Hagstrom in the corner. Has it poked away momentarily by Meyer. Now swung around up top for Nyberg. Back to Anderson. Coon Rapids slowing the pace on the offensive end, setting the offense in the half court. A 2-3 zone from the Eagles as Coon Rapids tries to spread them out. Nyberg inside to Carver, puts it on the floor. Left-hander won't fall, and Workey has the rebound fall in her lap.
Some of the things that Coach Peterson said is that when we get down low, we have a tendency to put a little too much mustard on the basket. Only 30% from inside.
Big block at the other end by Porish. Workey gets it right back. And they reset. Alexis Workey up top. Hands off for Jenna Meyer. Meyer gets it to Sydney Worky, and she lost the handle. Taken away by the Cardinals. Nyberg will slow the roll.
Well, Cardinals getting the turnover, looking to score the first bucket of this contest.
Porish takes it to the lane, draws some contact. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. As the Worky sisters collapsed a little late.
Oh, what Coon Rapids going to try and do certainly tonight is the Worky sisters tend not to defend away from the basket, so they're going to hope to get those little short jump shot availability tonight as well.
34, Alexis, the senior. Sydney, the 6'2" junior. Porish puts the first points on the board with a free throw. But she can't make the other one fall. Alexis, the rebound for Totino. Meyer right side, leaves it off for Brunn. Thought about shooting. She'll take it this time. And this one's going to be off the mark. Tracked down by Alexis in the corner. Inside to Sydney. Left hand. Hit the bottom of the backboard. Recovered by Anderson on the run for Coon Rapids.
That time Worky got in a little too close, and her shot, although she did create a little space.
Long three-pointer. In and out for Marina Nyberg. Rebound controlled by Sydney Worky. Into the post, Worky back out. Alexis Worky, the 16-foot jump shot that won't fall. Sydney there to clean up the rebound, and Totino is on the board.
Yeah, that time Cardinals defensively didn't get a body on Sydney Worky, and she was able to easily clean that miss up.
Porish trying to get it to Carver on the baseline. She fumbled it out of bounds, turns it over to Totino. And Alexandra Ganaway will check in for the first time for the Eagles.
Sydney Worky will take a seat on the bench for Totino-Grace. Takes a little size out of that lineup for the Eagles.
Jenna Meyer running with the left hand into the corner. Solwell thought about another attempt, won't take it. Far side now is Brunn. Pie for Meyer. Watched by Anderson, crosses over, spins toward the paint, kicks it back out to Ganaway. Ganaway on the dribble, kicks it out. Alexis, the jump shot had a little too much on it. Hagstrom the rebound off the backside, lost the handle along the baseline, tied up by Nyberg, and possession arrow favors the Cardinals.
That time after the Cardinal turnover, Nyberg did a nice job of getting her hand on the basketball and getting that turnover for Coon Rapids. A little bit of pressure now by the Eagles, quickly broken.
Porish running down court, stops up, kicks it back up top for Nyberg. Anderson now on the right wing. She'll step into a three-pointer. This one's off the mark. The rebound taken by Brunn. Nice job boxing out the much larger Kaylee Porish.
Yeah, Brunn did a nice job defensively there, making sure her team had the possession of the basketball.
Alexis back into the corner for Brunn. The three-pointer won't fall. Alexis gets the rebound. Drives again against Carver and gets the foul. She'll get to the line to shoot 2.
Oh, the Eagles trying to use a little bit of that size, as we're going to see Sydney Worky check back in at the next available. So they'll use some of their size underneath.
Alexis Worky.
Worky hits the first.
Back in for the Eagles, number 45, Sydney Worky.
Mason Brunn a chance to get a breather. As Sydney checks back in, it matches up with Porish on the left side of the lane. Second free throw, though, is good. And Alexis gives her team a 3-1 lead. Hagstrom across midcourt, tried to get it inside, batted away by Sydney. Recovered by the Eagles. Slowing it down is Meyer. And she'll set the offense. Running in is Solwald. Tosses it up to no avail. Recovered by Hagstrom. Hagstrom down court. Solwald right on her heels. Eventually picks her pocket. Nyberg to the floor to save it. Solwald drags it in. Tied up by Carver, and the possession arrow favors.
Cardinal substitution in number 4.
Favors the Eagles, and Solward with a nice play defensively, just going after that loose basketball, making sure she's able to bring it in.
Meyer left side, Sydney kicks it back out. Solwald, high post for Alexis. Sydney back to Alexis, top of the key, right side. Ganaway drives with the left hand, kicks it out. A little pump fake and a travel by Sydney Werke.
Just a single point so far by the Cardinals. They're also having some trouble offensively, scoring points as well.
Pass a little behind Porish, taken away by Alexis. Spins to the lane, comes up short. She's fouled from behind by Anderson, and she'll get another trip to the charity stripe.
That'll be second personal on the Cardinals, first on Carly Anderson.
Werke with a 3-for-3 night from the line so far. This one won't fall, and Nyberg the rebound.
Coach Priest just looked back at me and said it is Werke.
Werke.
It's Werke, not Werke.
Okay.
We were right the first time. I'll teach you to listen to Jeff DeJoy.
It will indeed. Down the lane goes Porish, lost the handle, recovered there by Meyer. She'll dribble up court for the Eagles, pushes it ahead for Solwold. Slowed down and backs it off. Right side, Ganaway gets a pick from Sydney. Now into her in the low post. She's double teamed, got it back out to Alexis, and now Meyer. Left side, Solwold. Trying to get it into the post, poked away by Carver, recovered by Caitlin Ackerman. She gets it down court quickly and will take the shot that's off the mark. Long rebound, recovered by Ackerman, pushes it underneath. Porish up and in.
Well, Ackerman with a nice feed inside the Porsche. Kaylee didn't waste any time turning around and putting the bucket in. 5-3 in favor of the Eagles.
Alexis got position at the other end, gets the basket, and a timeout for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Coach Peterson not happy with the defensive effort of her squad.
Sorry, that was Sydney getting position.
As she quickly calls the timeout. Sydney Werke with 4 points. Her sister with 3 of the 7 points so far for Totino-Grace.
How you know it's really nice?
No, tell me, please.
My Monday nights.
Mine
I get
as well.
to spend them with Howie Shapiro.
Everybody's dream.
Every Monday at 7:30 live. It replays throughout the week. We have a whole lot of fun.
We do.
On that Sports Night program.
We do. Gary Havelka was just telling us he tunes in just for the hilarity of Sports Night.
The hilarity, not
hilarity.
Just the hilarity.
No, the hilarity.
Hilarity. It's that funny. It's hilarity. Down court, it goes to Porish, trying to get it underneath to Carver. Batted away by Sydney, recovered by Porish. She draws the foul. No, she travels.
Took a step, yep.
And turns it over back to Totino. Every possession, that is what needs to be stressed for this Coon Rapids squad, not both offensively and defensively. Quality possession after quality possession. Finding room on the baseline as Brunn kicked it out to Sydney. A drive with the left hand that won't fall. Porish will take the rebound and head up court to Carver underneath. She draws the foul and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, and that's what Coach Peterson was saying, that they want to use their athleticism inside some of their bigger players to create that open space. You saw it there. A nice pass from Porish inside to Carver. She just couldn't finish, but she'll get a chance to earn it from the strike.
Well, clearly may have had something to do with the hack on the wrist. Carver hits the first. And hits them both. It's a 2-point game. Good passing down court. Beating the defense to the basket was Sydney, but she didn't finish. And the Cardinals back the other way. Carly Anderson to Marina Nyberg. Turnaround jumper for Porish. Doesn't get the roll. Great rebound by Ackerman. And she puts it home to tie it up.
She did a great job of fighting for the basketball without creating any contact. And she's able to, as you mentioned, tie this score up at 7.
Brunn ran into some trouble. Gave it off to Meyer. Baseline to the corner for the 3-pointer by Solwold. That won't fall. And Sydney's going to pick up a pushing foul, getting in behind Kaylee Porish, who had the position.
Personal foul on the Eagles, number 45, Sydney Ware. Sydney's second. Eagles
Sydney
third.
picking up her second. And the Workey sisters have combined for all of their points and all of their fouls.
That is true.
Full court pressure from the Eagles. Cardinals passing out of it. Long pass. Intercepted nicely by Madison Bro. Sign her up as a cornerback. Nice over-the-shoulder catch. Can't finish at the other end. The Cardinals run up court again. Nyberg will stop and pop. This one won't drop, however. And the rebound recovered by Ganaway. Alexis backs out. Up top for Meyer. Solwolf back to Ganaway. Looks for room around the top of the key. Drives back out. The three-pointer from Braun is no good. Over the backboard, out of bounds. Coon Rapids basketball.
Yeah, both squads percentage-wise not shooting as well as their head coaches would like. As you saw that that three-point attempt go up and over the backboard.
Haven't mentioned yet, but Aaron Jenkins on the floor for the first time for Coon Rapids. Ackerman has to come to that pass to defeat the full court pressure. Anderson right side for Nyberg. Meyer there defensively, back to Anderson. Hands it off. Nyberg nearly had it tipped away by Solwolf. Recovers, looking for Jenkins inside to Porish now. Porish spins over a double team. The shot won't fall. Ganaway the rebound. Meyer running for the Eagles. High pass for Brunn, but she brings it in. Looks to her right. Pass batted away by Ackerman, out of bounds.
Yeah, quick hands by Ackerman as Ellie Carver's going to get a chance to check in. Porsche will take a seat on the bench.
Meyer faces up against Anderson. Hands off now for Brunn. Interesting, you have the 221s matched up, then the 225s.
Magic. A little bit of a bump there by...
Oh, I guess it was 21 versus 23. Aaron Jenkins called for that foul. Just 3 fouls on each squad as we have 9:24 remaining first half. Meyer inbounds. Brunn can't find any room. Back out to Alexis. Meyer thought about the 3, drives instead, and that one won't fall either. Rebound by Ackerman. Marina Nyberg runs the floor.
We've seen both teams miss some looks inside close.
Ackerman drawing that trap in the corner. Tried to play it out off of the Eagle player. Recovered, though, by Alexis Workey. And they work it back down court. Solwolf stops up, looks to the middle. Finds Brunn instead. Back out to Ganaway. Ganaway's shot is short. Rebound controlled by Nyberg, and she'll head up floor.
Both teams stuck on 7, Joe, for a while.
Nyberg had that one stripped as she went up. Cardinal coaching staff calling for him to slow down. Inside to Jenkins, and she traveled.
Cardinal substitution.
We're going to see Brianna Clark, Caitlin Hagstrom, and Kaylee Porish all check in for the Cardinals. And a timeout.
Timeout called by Totino-Grace. Head coach Jessica Priest.
Totino.
Both teams kind of stuck at 7, Joe. Been stuck there for a little while. 8:29 remaining in the opening half. Talked about it, Totino-Grace at 7-5 coming into the season. Coon Rapids at 3-10.
Gotta like that.
Gotta like that. You know what else you gotta like? Facebook. Like us on Facebook. CTN Studios. Make sure you check us out. You'll find a lot of pictures there that you may recognize some people. If you do and they're not tagged, make sure you tag them. Facebook, CTN Studios. Like us, because we like to be liked. Nice crowd in terms of support. Not a large crowd, and somebody's a little meditation going on. Oh. These music today the kids like. Back in my day with the Andrews sisters. Now that was music.
Right now, Google Spike for Andrews sisters in the Coon Rapids area. Who?
Didn't they play basketball for Blaine?
Totino taking their time to set up on the offensive end. Solwald troubled by Hagstrom, gets it to Ganaway. Driving against Porish. Porish the rip as she went up, and Marina Nyberg runs the other way. Nyberg into the paint. She had it stripped. Meyer going back will slow things down as she sees Porish crashing defensively. That's a three-pointer, but it won't fall. Hagstrom the rebound and able to get it into Nyberg to Porish on the right wing. Up court to Brianna Clark. Takes it up, but gets it swatted away by Alexis Werke out of bounds.
That time Porish got that basketball into Clark. Clark looked like she had the open shot, but Totino-Grace back defensively to get a piece of it.
Well, Werke, a little bit of a size advantage there. Hagstrom, a quick three, in and out, follows her shot, gets her own rebound. That one won't fall either, though. Ganaway the rebound for Totino.
Against Andover in that loss the other night, the Coon Rapids Cardinals shot 30% from inside 3 feet.
Ouch.
Yeah, and that's something that has troubled Coach Peterson. When they get those inside looks, they have to be able to convert.
Ganaway, blocked away by Carver. Rebound controlled by Nyberg. On the run the other way. And able to get it to fall, her first points of the game.
Cardinals take the lead, 9-7 with 6:48 remaining in the opening half.
Solwald high on the left side, brings it back to the top, gets a pick from Alexis, right side. Meyer fumbled it, just flips it back. Alexis hustles to pick it up, and Totino maintains possession. Brunn on the floor to the right side, and that's a moving screen. No, they're going to call Nyberg.
No, they're going to call Nyberg, yeah.
For trying to fight her way through the screen.
First of all, Cardinals number 25, Marina Nyberg.
That'll be Nyberg's first, fourth on the team.
Kind of surprised. I thought I saw Alexis shuffle her feet to stay with her, but ref's a lot closer than I am. And he's actually read the rule book, I would assume.
And he's wearing stripes.
He's wearing stripes. Yeah. That's all that really matters.
Really?
And he has a whistle. I don't have a whistle.
I'll get you one. I know you feel left out. No whistle.
Solwald running on the left side will back out. Alexis all alone out there. Carver's not going to come out and defend another 6-footer 2 feet beyond the arc. Drive won't go for Ganaway. Porish down with the rebound. Nyberg will head up court and now slow things down as Meyer picks her up defensively. Left side looking to get it to Clark. Stripped away. Back the other way is Doran. Her shot won't go. Meyer going to be called for the foul underneath as Clark had gotten position.
Fouls on the Eagles, number 23, Jenna Meyer.
So that'll be Jenna Meyer's first and also the team fourth on the Eagles. You see the miss there, and Clark's going to attempt to get the rebound there. You see where the infraction was on Meyer.
Up court it goes. Hagstrom will drive, kick it out. Porish from 17. That won't fall. The rebound by Doran. And the Eagles will bring it up court with Meyer. Right side, Solwald. Top of the key, Alexis Werke. Down low to Sydney Werke. But a foul before the shot is going to be called against Hagstrom. Trying to defend against the much larger Sydney Werke.
Well, again, they worked that ball out, down well to Werke, but Hagstrom is going to get the contact. That's going to be 15 foul, her first.
Into the Cardinals, number 21, Carly Anderson.
Carly Anderson back into the action for Coon Rapids.
Working the low post, kicks it out to Solwald. There's Alexis Sidney from 15. That won't fall. Rebound controlled partially by Frazier, and then Anderson gets it back to Nyberg. High post, Porish out to Anderson. Frazier back to Anderson. Nyberg, and into the corner is Hagstrom. Back to the top for Nyberg. Cross court, Frazier. Frazier finds a hole in the defense, can't get it to fall. The rebound tied up. Possession arrow favors the Cardinals. Good hustle from Caitlin Hagstrom.
Yeah, Caitlin Hagstrom did a nice job of getting to that loose basketball, making sure she had a hold on it because the arrow was pointed in her favor.
And again, we see another layup opportunity that won't fall for the Cardinals. Long jumper for Porish is off. Sidney Workey with the rebound. Solwald down court to Doran, back to Solwald. Here's Alexis. She'll take the 17-footer. She's off the mark. Long rebound comes back to Alexis. She will get it off the glass and in. And that's their first points in a long time.
A long time. Not that this is a offensive show here at 9-9.
With
but,
4:15 remaining in the first half. Porish at the other end. And that one's out off of Hagstrom. Refs are,
number 4, Caitlin Ackerman.
They're not calling much.
They're not calling much.
And there have been a lot at both ends.
They're letting them play.
In and around the basket where, you know, is there contact? Probably. Is it a foul? Maybe. But not if the whistle doesn't blow.
Yeah. That's what the whistle is for.
But it's been consistent, I think, at both ends so far, at least. Certainly wouldn't want to try and slow down this high-paced game with a lot of whistles.
Or turnovers.
What? Solwald to the high post for Alexis, out. And the shot is good for Maddie Doran.
Two-pointer, 11-9 in favor of the Eagles. That's Doran's first points of the contest.
That's the first points for Totino, not scored by a young lady named Workey.
Yep.
It's kind of reminding me of the infamous Blaine playoff game.
I knew you were going to say that.
That's called getting the shooter's roll right there.
That's the home tin.
Alexis thought about it and then kicks it out to Solwald and gets it back in the post. Working against Porish, won't fall. Nicely tipped away by Ackerman. Porish has it on the wall, on the run. Solwald on her heels. She can't put it home, and a good hustle at the other end by Ackerman to tie it up. Doesn't win the ball back, but it does win the arrow back.
It does. It does. You see the time remaining, 2:42 in this opening half.
Good look underneath to Sidney, and she gets a quick turnaround lay-in to put her team back in front, 13-11. And the Cardinals turn it over.
In for the Cardinals, number 15.
A lot of turnovers in this opening half for both squads. Brianna Clark back into the action for Coon Rapids.
Solwald into Sidney. She draws the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot two. Have to respect that size inside.
Call it on Frazier.
Fouls the Cardinals, number 11.
That'll be her first, team sixth.
Free throw line, number 45, Sidney.
Cardinals are one away from the bonus situation.
In for the Cardinals, number 30, Aaron Jenkins.
Sydney able to hit them both. She's got 8 of her team's 15. They have a 4-point lead. Porish will pull up, high off the glass, won't fall. Ackerman, a nice athletic rebound again. This time she gets tied up. And the Eagles will get the arrow back. Cardinals will maintain the ball. Porish and Clark. Opportunity to rest with just under 2 minutes remaining. Inbound to Ackerman. Tried to force it underneath. Taken away by Solwald. And that's a big turnover for the Eagles to get.
Well, the Eagles trying to expand their lead of 4 here this time down the court.
Good movement underneath. Solwald is fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
They're going to call that one, I believe, on Ellie Carver.
You are correct.
See the pass underneath. Carver's going to come over to help.
At the free throw line, shooting 2 free throws, number 5, Julia.
I didn't. She's got a lot of ball.
Solwald, good high arcing free throw that hits nothing but twine.
Number 33, Alexandra Ganaway.
That's the second foul on Carver. She will come out for the rest of this half with 1:35 remaining. Those 2 personals.
Second one comes up short. Porish the rebound. Back to Anderson. Nyberg on the left. High post for Porish. Back out Anderson for 3. That one won't go. Jenkins gets the rebound, puts it back up and draws a foul. She'll go to the line and shoot 2.
An opportunity for Coon Rapids to try and cut into this lead here at the stripe.
Personal foul,
foul goes against Maddie Doran.
That will be her first, team 5th.
Shooting to number 30, Jenkins.
Jenkins off the mark on the first. .119 remaining first half. Able to get the roll on the second. The post is Ganaway, but overshot the mark. Rebound by Ackerman. Nyberg will work up court against Solwald. Porish quickly draws a triple team, and they are able to get the steal, call the timeout, and that's a big turnover again.
It is a big turnover because you know they're trailing by 4 under a minute remaining. Cardinals would certainly like to decrease this lead before they go to the break. See it again inside the Porish, 3 defenders around her. Good job.
There's apparently no contact.
No contact.
Well, Howie, if you're not able to join us, you can always check us out online at youtube.com/CTN Studios or CTN Coon Rapids, apparently. I've always used CTN Studios.
I've always used CTN Studios as well. You checked them out when you were at the hockey game. Checked us out when you were there.
Week.
And I did when I was up in Sioux Falls or over in Sioux Falls.
Always the last to know, apparently. It is CTN Coon Rapids, but I think you can get either one to work just fine. Either way, we're on YouTube, and we're counting down to the final seconds here in the first half. The Totino-Grace Eagles a 16-12 lead. Meyer with the ball for the visiting Eagles. And they are waiting for the last shot. Doran, little pump into Ganaway. Drives, shoots. It's off the mark. Jenkins down court. Ackerman at the buzzer, well off the mark, and it will fall. And we will go to the half with the score. Totino-Grace 16, Coon Rapids 12. And as we talked about, neither coach can be particularly pleased with their shooting percentage and some of the other things, the amount of turnovers in this ball game to be certain. But both teams know they're right in this one. Just a 4-point game as we reach the half. And now Coon Rapids head coach Deb Peterson standing by with our very own Howie Shapiro. Howie?
Welcome back to Coon Rapids High School. We are here at the half with CTN's live presentation of girls high school basketball. The score is Totino-Grace 16, Coon Rapids 12. I'm here with Cardinal head coach Debbie Peterson. And coach, a lot of turnovers in that first half.
No kidding, way too many. I mean, that was the difference in the first half. We're just chucking the ball around, we're not hitting shots, and then we're giving it back to them with stupid passes.
I know some of the things we talked about was the looks down low, not able to get the percentages you want. What do you talk to about the girls during the half about what they do to correct some of that?
They need to slow down. Like, the open looks are there. We're just rushing everything because we're trying to score 18 points in one play. Like, slow down, just make the bucket, and then get another stop.
They're having some of the same issues you are in terms of easy misses down low. This is an opportunity for you guys to, just down by 4, to come back in the second half and correct some of the things you didn't do well in the first.
Yeah, it was an ugly first half for both teams, let's be honest.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second. We're going to take a break with stats and highlights right after this.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed ours.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Back at the field house and a barn burner going in this one, 16-12 as we reach the break, with the Totino-Grace Eagles scoring the last handful of points to have that minimalist lead at the half. And how he just, neither team, as you talked about with Coach Peterson, getting the job done underneath the basket. And especially Coon Rapids, they have had a lot of looks from in close that they have not put through the cylinder. At the same time, Totino-Grace, a lot of that time spent throwing up three-pointers, especially early in the first half. Didn't come away with a single one falling. A lot of them weren't even close. And they didn't have the numbers underneath, and they certainly, the Workey sisters do present a force to be reckoned with underneath, but the Cardinals do have them in size. You put Carver and Porish on the floor with them, and underneath just sheer mass, they're going to have more better strength underneath.
Absolutely. Both teams come into this contest really having trouble scoring the basketball, and it's witnessed by a 16-12 halftime score. And we'll talk to head coach Jessica Priest before they start the second half, see what she thinks. But she told me, we're not scoring this season, and that's something we have to do a better job at. I'm sure she's talking to the girls about getting better looks from the perimeter, but just a 4-point lead for the Eagles. It's any team's game at this point.
Well, yeah, both teams had opportunities to put many more points on the board. Either team able to convert a little more frequently in the second, and they have a chance to run away with one, and it would be a big win in their conference. Red is on the edge of his seat for the second half, which is coming up next on CTN.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back to Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, where you're watching CTN's live presentation of girls high school basketball. The score is 16-12 in favor of Totino-Grace over Coon Rapids. I am here with Eagle head coach Jessica Priest. And Coach, talk a little bit of what you saw in that first half.
lots of missed layups. I think we were 2 for 14 from layups, so that was not our best go here. I told you earlier in the day we would have a good game if we got off to a good start. Not our best start, so hopefully defense can help us bring it home. So.
Any adjustments you talked to the girls about making here coming out in the second half?
Make layups.
Make layups. That's important. That's going to be the message. Coach, good luck in the second half. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with second half action.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Back at the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, just about ready to get the second half underway between Coon Rapids and Totino-Grace. And how often does this happen? The refs have left the building.
They've had enough.
We got down to zeros. Usually they start that second half as soon as that clock hits zero. The refs all skipped out the back.
Somebody locked the door. Somebody locked the door. They can't get in. They're in the locker room. You hear the doors going, somebody open up.
They did run to check the locker room.
They did.
Hey guys, you want to do the
Oh wait,
second
you mean
half?
you played two halves?
You played 2 halves?
I thought we were done.
Right? Guess I never even paid attention to see where the referees went at half times. It just never dawned on me to give that much consideration.
I thought I saw them get in a car in the back and just take off.
Wait, this one's on TV. We'll watch from home.
And the case of the missing referees.
I thought you had 20-minute halves.
Wait a minute. We're supposed to do the second half at Blaine.
She looks like she could ref. She's awesome.
Yeah, she is awesome. All right. You go. You go.
Oh. Do we see movement?
No.
Yeah,
hey!
Hey, there we go.
Officials back in the house. Oh, thanks, guys.
Oh. Yep, showing the hustle now.
Yeah.
Nice job, guys.
Gets a nice round of applause from the partial sellout here at Roger E. Carlson.
Well, I didn't know.
Wait a minute.
That's great.
I thought they were.
That's great.
I wanted to finish my hamburger.
All right. Let's play some basketball.
There we go.
Let's play some basketball. Totino will get the first possession here of the second half. They have that 16-12 lead. And as we heard, both coaches saying, you got to finish underneath. Got to have a little bit better play offensively here in the second half. Solwald will get to the paint, kick it up top for Alexis. Hands off for Brunn. Back underneath. Nice little spin move, but a travel. One little shuffle for Sydney. That was a nice looking move. That's why, because she took an extra step, apparently.
Well, we talked about turnovers in that first half, and certainly Coach Peterson said way too many turnovers for Coon Rapids. Had more turnovers than they had points, and that's never good.
No, not usually. No. Hard to win ball games.
It really is.
Anderson travel, turns it back over.
Neither coach wanted to see their first two possessions turn out the way they did.
Yeah, let's just start the second half from this possession. How about Solwald off for Meyer. Can't find room in the middle. Hands off for Braun up top. Back for Meyer in the right quarter. Sydney turns, gets it back to Solwald. Solwald gets the pick from Sydney. Gets it off to Alexis. Workey down low. She'll bring it up top, hand it off to Brunn. Solwald will fire the three. It's good. First three-pointer we've seen sunk tonight.
Yeah, that's a big basket for the Eagles as they extend their lead now to 7. And now a turnover for the Cardinals.
Brunn behind the defense, blocked away by Nyberg, but got a piece, and will send Brunn to the line to shoot 2.
Here's the three-pointer. Good open look. Defender not coming out.
Marina Nyberg at the free throw line. Number 25, Madison Brunn.
Brunn a little short on the first attempt. We'll try to make it an 8-point lead here from the charity stripe. And she's able to do so.
8-point lead for the Eagles here to start this second half. Totino-Grace scoring the first 4 points.
High post, Porish turns, looks, shoots, comes up short. Long rebound, controlled by Alexis Werke. She hands off to Jenna Meyer to come up the court. Into the corner for Solwald, watched by Hagstrom, gets herself up top, hands it off there for Brunn. To the middle, hands it off to Meyer, nearly coughed it up, but instead, Meyer will run left. Find room, kick it out, Solwald for 3 again. This time it won't go. Porish with the rebound, and then Anderson is fouled.
Yeah, Solwald tried to come in and take the basketball away. That'll be her first team foul for the Eagles in the second half.
Nyberg will put it on the floor, working against Solwald rather, gets into the front court. Porish from 17 feet is short. Rebound batted around. Carver can't get it. It comes right to Hagstrom though. She'll cross over, find room on the left, trying to get it to Porish. Taken away by Solwald. Meyer for Brunn on the right wing. Back to Meyer. Solwald, and now Alexis working right side. Brunn underneath Sydney, puts it up, misses, tips her own rebound out to Solwald. Meyer thought about the 3, puts it on the floor instead. Brunn to Alexis in the post, back out to Brunn. She'll take a 3. That one won't go either. Carver controls the rebound, avoids the pressure, gets it to Nyberg, and now Porish runs up court. Fakes the pass, the bucket, and the foul. Great move to the basket by Kaylee Porish.
Yeah, Porish had a player on the wing, and as you mentioned, the fake to the outside, and she was able to take it to the basket and get the arm as well. Caitlin Ackerman back in for Coon Rapids.
Alexander Galloway in for the Eagles.
Porish rolls it in and out. Rebound by Alexis Werke. And the Eagles on the attack. Poked away by Porish, recovered by Nyberg. Good quick hands, long limbs. Kaylee Porish, but a steal right back by Solwald. She'll run down court against Nyberg. Nyberg gets the contact, and she's got 2 quick ones here in the second half.
Yeah, that'll be her 3rd personal. She'll probably, we'll see how quick Coach Peterson is to pull her with 3.
Personal foul at the free throw line, number 5, Julia Solwald.
Solwald with the opportunity from the stripe.
Substitution for the Cardinals, number 11, Nicole Frazier.
Nicole Frazier's going to come in and take the place of Marina Nyberg, and she'll take a spot on the bench with those 3 personal fouls.
Solwald hits 1 of 2. Rebound controlled by Sydney Werke.
Werke did a nice job of taking it away from 2 Cardinal players. Keep possession for the Eagles.
Alexis in the corner. Tried to bounce it in to Ganaway, taken away by Carver. Porish on the run as Solwald trailing. Too much on that one. Long rebound controlled by Anderson in the corner. Back up top to Frazier. Carly Anderson. For Ackerman, now Nicole Frazier. Up top, Anderson. Bumped off it, draws the double team, gets it to Ackerman. High post for Carver. Underneath, Porish. She can't finish. The rebound by Ganaway.
Oh, that pass a little bit too far underneath, and Porish had to make an adjustment and not able to get the bucket from that close in.
Meyer on the run, too much on it, but Sidney's there to put it back.
That one time Cardinals not boxing out defensively and Worky with the relatively easy bucket, and then the Cardinals are going to toss it.
And a timeout, Coon Rapids, and they need it.
9-point lead for the Eagles. Match is their biggest so far here.
7-2 run to start the second half. That is by far their largest lead of the evening thus far.
Well, if you haven't found us on Twitter, what are you waiting for? Make sure you find CTN Studios.
My password.
Or I should say CTN Coon Rapids, which apparently is
it's the new thing.
It's the new thing.
It's the new thing. That
hashtag why don't you tell us?
Hashtag last to know.
Yeah, last to know. Guys,
the ones that would be talking
yes,
about
absolutely. But make sure
they'll
you follow
figure
us
it out.
nonetheless.
They'll figure it out eventually.
Udvig. I blame Josh Udvig
We
for it.
should always blame it Udvig as often as possible. You know what always screwed me up about basketball?
What's that?
The X's and O's.
Ah, very nice. How appropriate considering they're playing the X's and O's song by Ellie King.
I'm glad that you clarified that.
Yeah.
In case no one else got the joke.
Yeah, I think everybody did, but some of the guys in the truck are slow, so I had to kind of explain it for them. Yeah, maybe just Jeremy. Jeremy Millington.
This is clear.
It's a Millington production, by the way.
It is definitely a Millington production. Right side, Meyer back up top for the Eagles. Leaves it off for Ganaway. On the floor, backs up. Solwald left corner, spins. Ganaway thought about the three. We'll put it on the floor instead. Solwald on the baseline. Back up top for Meyer. Down low, Alexis. Worky draws a double team. Carver had a hand in there. Worky put it on the floor, puts it up, won't go. Got her own rebound, out to Ganaway, and her jumper is good. And it is a double-digit lead for the Grace Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles doing a much better job underneath, getting second and third opportunities.
Long two for Porish, won't go. The long rebound controlled by Alexis. And an opportunity to grow that lead even larger. Three-pointer from Meyer is good. Good roll for her and a 28-14 lead.
Yeah, and now a 14-point lead for the Eagles. Only 2 points scored since the half started for Coon Rapids.
And a travel by Ackerman will turn the ball back over to the visiting Totino-Grace Eagles. Meyer will work to the right side for Totino-Grace on offense. Now back up top. Back to the right. That's going to be a moving pick on Sidney.
Personal foul on the Eagles, number 45, Sidney Ware.
And that's her third personal. So she will take a spot on the bench. She has 10 points on the night. A little more pressure by the Eagles. Giving the Cardinals a difficult time bringing the ball down court. We've seen some turnovers off that situation.
Nice look to Carver underneath, but can't finish. Jenkins can't secure the rebound, and Totino is going back the other way, and a big strip. Great back checking by Caitlin Ackerman. They call that back checking?
Yeah, they do in hockey.
Frazier's shot is off the mark. Ackerman had the rebound, but batted away out of bounds. It'll be Coon Rapids basketball. She hustled back.
She did.
Good hustle.
Good hustle.
In
back.
all of her minutes
Yep.
so far for Caitlin Ackerman. That shot is well off the mark, though. The rebound by Ganaway. Is it considered a rebound if it doesn't touch anything?
I don't believe so. That's a pass.
Not if it's to the other team.
Yeah, it's a turnover, a pass, turned over. It's a pass to the other team. It's not the way you draw it up, typically.
I just wonder, in the stats book, does it read as a rebound? Because a shot was put up.
Substitution into the Cardinals.
thought
It
would
did
have to
not
hit
go
the
down.
Ackerman.
So the player that benefits on the far side, Ganaway in this instance, does not benefit from someone else's miss.
No, she gets a turnover.
Well, she was in a good spot. Gotta get something.
Gotta say
get
that.
something for that.
Got that going for her.
Ganaway battles to get that shot up. It won't go. Rebound out of bounds to Coon Rapids.
Courtney Ackerman in the game for the Cardinals. Nice one-handed save from Dave Emmy. Nice job, Dave.
Multi-talented.
He's the multi-talented.
And a good multitasker.
Yes, absolutely.
Carver fouled underneath by Alexis, and she'll go to the line to shoot two.
He's been known to walk and chew gum at the same time, so he can do it all.
I have trouble with that at times.
Eagles number 34,
I've even seen him blow a bubble too at the same time while he was walking. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna take some lessons from him.
Carver's first is short. Able to hit the second. Ganaway underneath, kicks it back up top. And the Eagles will reset their offense. Meyer driving, kicks it out. Solowall weaves her way into the paint. Out to Ganaway. Back in, back up top. Worky will leave it off for Meyer. Brunn gets the brunt of that impact and will go to the line to shoot two.
She gained the edge, and Courtney Ackerman there picking up the infraction. That is the third team foul on Coon Rapids, and Courtney Ackerman's first. It's awfully quiet in this home gym for a opposing shooter at the free throw.
For the Eagles, number 3, Idara Ituko.
Idara Ituko coming into the game for the first time for the Eagles, just a freshman, Joe. Getting an opportunity to get some playing time with a 14-point lead.
Braun hits them both. 30-15 now the lead for the Eagles. Courtney Ackerman's pass batted away. Taken now by Brunn, and she'll slow it down. Right side, Solwald back to Brunn. Under 10 minutes remaining. Meyer high on the left side. Ituko. And now Brunn. Meyer spins against Carver, or against Anderson in the corner for three. It's good for Jenna Meyer.
Again, getting Meyer alone in the corner. Meyer hits it from way outside.
Well, and I mentioned
That's
at the
6
half
points.
they took a lot of three-pointers and came up empty on all of them in the first. And three pointers already here in the second half, and another quick possession for Coon Rapids. They take an early shot. No one there to get the rebound, and Solwald looking for another three. This one won't go. Ituko will get the rebound and the foul on the far side.
A nice job creating space from the perimeter. Just a little kickback. And
Personal foul on the Cardinals, number 31.
Meyer able to hit it.
Ackerman, her second personal foul.
Her second three-pointer of the second half.
Marina Nyberg in for the Cardinals.
Marina Nyberg back in the lineup for Coon Rapids with her three personals.
Solwald high on the left side. Frazier nearly got a hand in, but it does get through to Brunn. Ituko drug the foot a little bit, turns it over to the Cardinals.
They put it inside to Atuko, and she pushed it back outside, but as you mentioned, just the foot not staying planted.
Nyberg to Clark in the front court. Now Nyberg up top. 2-3 zone for the Eagles on defense. Nyberg for three, it's good, and they needed that one.
Oh, they really did. Marina coming off the bench with the three personals, she's able to spot up, find a little space, and drop the three. That's 5 points for Nyberg so far on the night. They need a few more of those, Joe.
It's only their second basket more than halfway through the second half. Solwald to the baseline, kicks it out. Brunn up top. Meyer for three again. This time it's not going to go. The rebound tipped around. Ituko couldn't keep it in. Along the baseline, it'll be Cardinal ball.
Number 33, Alexander
Ganaway in for the Eagles, and Carly Anderson back in for the Cardinals. There you see the three-pointer by Marina Nyberg. She came off the bench with those three personals, able to get a big basket.
Well, and the 2-3 defense will definitely be susceptible to that as it's all sucked to one side. Carver trying to rebound, can't get it. Anderson races in and gets the loose ball out to Nyberg for three. This one won't fall. Long rebound controlled by Ganaway.
And that shot came hard off the iron, and Ganaway able to get the long rebound.
Brunn for three at the other end. That won't fall. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It's going to be Coon Rapids basketball.
15-point lead for the Eagles with 7:16 remaining in this contest. Cardinals just 6 points here in the second half.
Carver gets it, and the defense quickly collapses on the baseline. They're not going to let the bigs hurt him. That 3-2 zone, again, that's hard to find room in the interior against that 3-2 zone, but when the Cardinals worked it on the perimeter and then a quick cross-court pass, you can get that open look from the wing where Nyberg scored. Just real hard to take advantage of their size with the bigs down low, because as soon as the ball goes in, the triple team comes.
Well, and we've seen that all night from Totino-Grace, and that's why the Cardinals looking to try and kick it back out and get some points from the perimeter, but they've been far and few between.
Inbound goes to Sydney up top. Hands off to Meyer. Meyer will scan the defense as she works to her right. Now back to her left. Gets a pick from Ganaway. Now gets it to her, working against Anderson. Anderson got a hand in, tied it up. Great job against the larger Alexander Ganaway. Got a hand in on the dribble and then able to tie it up. They get the ball back to the Cardinals.
Yeah, we talked about Carly's contributions defensively, and you saw why she's getting those extra minutes, because she hustles on the defensive end.
Cora is trying to push it through to Carver. They got a hand in on it and come away with the steal. Brunn to Solwald in the corner up top. Ganaway, and she traveled.
Yep. .604 remaining in the half. 33-18 lead for the Eagles as they call a timeout. Coach Jessica Priest talked to her squad. Big lead, but she sees a few things she doesn't like here. Making the adjustments now while they're in command.
Well, Howie,
I just want to see.
You can always get your copies of CTN Productions on Blu-ray, the best way.
I have them on order.
To see CTN Sports.
Yep.
And get that full HD effect. You can find them on our website. Let me guess, ctncoonrapids.com.
There you go. There you go. We'll get it eventually. Hey.
Does that mean it's
Devery.
also shop.ctncoonrapids.tv?
Josh Hudvig. Let us know. Nonetheless, definitely make sure you get your copies of the games that we do.
You know what, though? I'll bet if I looked at ctnstudios.com, I would get the website.
Absolutely would.
And I'd still be able to.
Here we are.
ctnstudios.com.
And there we
Takes it
are.
right there. Watch it on YouTube. No thanks.
Sure, why not? Watch yourself. That's as good as looking in the mirror, Joe.
Who said there was anything good about that? Orish, a little fake, drives and scores. And Coon Rapids showing some full court pressure.
Now, at this point, with 5:42, they need turnovers. They take the ball away. They're trailing by 13.
Stops on defense, and again, making every offensive possession count.
Absolutely.
Drop some wisdom that doesn't sound so wise when you say, to score fast, sometimes you must take it slow.
Yes. That's very Zen-like.
Personal foul on the Cardinals, number 21, Carly Anderson.
Carly Anderson with her second personal, team 5th.
But plenty of time here for Coon Rapids to be patient on offense.
Well, and I think Totino-Grace will be comfortable just working the ball around the perimeter and taking time off the clock with a 13-point lead. I think Anderson's
2 quick fouls,
back
to
be called
back
again.
as she ran through the pick a little bit there, put Brunn on her backside.
Fouls on Carly Anderson, her third.
Brianna Clark going to check in.
It'll be her third and team 6th for Coon
Carly
Rapids.
back on the bench. So now the Eagles, with that big lead, will be in the bonus situation from here on out.
If you're Totino-Grace, that's where you want to be.
Meyer driving, gets to the lane, shot won't go. Carver, good strong rebound. And Brianna Clark will push it up court. And in a double team, stripped away by Meyer.
And not a lot of help for Clark there. Somebody's got to come to her.
Well, and again, you do want to get it up court across the midcourt line quickly, but you don't have to rush.
No, and you don't want to get trapped, and again, you need help inside.
Bucket and the foul for Sydney, and she got the corner on Ellie Carver.
And that'll be Carver's third, team 7th.
Basket by number 45, Sydney Ware is good. Fouled by the Cardinals, number 35, Ellie Carver.
Alexis Werke will check back in with 3 Cardinals. Frazier, Hagstrom, and Jenkins all back on the floor. Takes some of the size.
Well, it takes all of the size.
The Cardinals.
Basically, you're taking Porsche and Carver out of the lineup.
Yeah, Jenkins and Hagstrom definitely giving up some size to the Werke sisters, but hopefully making up for it in speed.
Well, they want to try and get some turnovers defensively and figure the speed in the lineup, quick hands, is what they need.
Eagles not going to be any time in any rush at all. Plenty of patience to find their good shot.
And they find Sydney Werke alone underneath, 14 points.
And the defense is going to get him a turnover near midcourt, tied up by Hagstrom, but it'll be Totino ball. Coach Peterson calling for his defenders to come a little bit closer. A bit closer, close those gaps, put some pressure on that ball. Solwold out, Ganaway thought about the 3, drives instead, back out to Sydney. Now Meyer down low, Ganaway. Foul's gonna go against Hagstrom underneath, and it'll put Ganaway at the line to shoot 2.
A couple of points for Ganaway this evening. And then again, just kind of a hack underneath for the foul. 18-point lead now, Ganaway looking to make it 19. Courtney Ackerman back in for the Cardinals.
Ganaway able to hit them both. And a 39-20 lead for Totino with a little less than 3.5 to play. Jenkins, backside, Hagstrom, and now Ackerman. Up top for Frazier. Right side for Courtney Ackerman. Inside to Caitlin, down low to Jenkins, off the glass and in, and that's how you move the ball to create an open shot.
Yeah, again, nice job, Ice, moving the ball around, and you find the player underneath. Cardinals trying to pressure defensively, and they're going to get the foul here.
Nope,
they called the timeout.
Okay. And wisely called by the Totino bench. Their player running into a trap.
3 minutes remaining. 17-point lead for the Eagles. Again, Coon Rapids having a tough time offensively putting the ball in the basket. We never have a tough time at sports night, though. Catch us Mondays. Never, ever. Mondays at 7:30 live.
Wow. That is either some blatant lie.
I would never do that.
Or showing your age by being very forgetful.
What?
What were we talking about?
I don't remember.
Eagle ball with a 17-point lead as we're under 3 minutes remaining. Ackerman is going to pick up the foul, trying to defend against Ganaway. Ganaway at the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
At the free throw line, number
She just hit a pair her last time up.
Ganaway.
Misses the front end. Jenkins will track down the rebound in the corner. Eagles defense retreats as Frazier brings it across midcourt. Left side for Ackerman. Frazier for three. It's short. Rebound by Ganaway.
That shot way off the mark. Ganaway easily getting the rebound. And the Eagles get the ball down court fairly quickly, and there's a travel.
Ganaway travel. I was about to say good fake, but apparently faked himself up.
Madison Brunn back in for Totino-Grace.
Courtney in the middle, kicks it back out to Frazier. Left side, Ackerman long two is off the mark. The rebound by Brunn. She'll slow down. Coon Rapids some full court pressure here. Meyer has Courtney trailing, cuts back around. Still Ackerman staying with her. Solwald too high for Sydney and out of play. Turnover to the Cardinals, 92 seconds left.
The Eagles had done a nice job of removing minutes or seconds off that clock. And unfortunately for them, they threw the ball away, turned it over to the Cardinals.
Jump shot for Hagstrom is good.
Oh, there's a travel. I'm surprised they didn't call that.
Braun gets around the defense and scores.
Not easily able to maneuver through that Cardinal defense for the bucket. 41-24 Eagles. Almost a turnover there again by the Cardinals.
Courtney Ackerman, Meyer providing the defense, kicks it out. Frazier for three. That won't go. Rebound tipped, controlled by Sydney Workey. And now Alexis Workey. She'll just put it on the floor and bring it across midcourt ahead to Brunn. Sydney will kick it back out. Sowell to Meyer, and they look at the clock, under 30 seconds remaining. And they'll be happy to just pass this one around and take a win as they exit the building.
Yeah, that will move the Eagles to 8-5 on the season, drop the Cardinals to 3-11.
That's a big win for them, breaking their 4-game losing streak. But again, they're doing it in low-scoring games, just 41 points, but they win convincingly.
They do. And again, not so much that their defense was a stalwart, it's just that the Cardinals turned the ball over way too many times, missing easy looks underneath the basket. It certainly has hurt them all night. Just 12 points in the first half, 12 points in the second half, as the Cardinals will fall 41-24.
And for the first 9 minutes of the second half, just 2 baskets for the Cardinals. 5 points through the first 9.5, 10 minutes of that first half, and it's nearly impossible to win basketball games if that's all the offensive production you can get.
Yeah, you have to work on turnovers. You have to work on shot percentages, and we didn't see any of that from Coon Rapids tonight. We saw a lot of turnovers. We didn't see a lot of good shot percentages from any point on the floor. They have to do a better job of really getting baskets underneath. They had a number of good looks down low, couldn't hit them.
Yeah, and especially in the first half, that was their Achilles heel. They were getting the ball where they wanted to get it. They were just unable to finish when they got there. And the Grace Eagles had some problems with that in the first half as well, but they sorted it out in the second. And they came out hitting their shots, getting rebounds, getting second looks. You know, they get 3 3-pointers. They didn't have any in the first half. They had 3 in the early going of the second half. And that really helped them open up the big lead. And then, you know, Coon Rapids, we talked about it, didn't need to be rushing things with 5 or 6 minutes left. It was still a manageable deficit, but they did, and they ended up with more turnovers or more one quick look at the basket possessions where, you know, they were taking a shot early in a possession and Totino was getting the rebound and going back the other way.
Oh, with the size that the Cardinals have underneath, they certainly should be able to control some games on the rebounding situation. But again, you look at the final there, just 24 points offensively. They're just
no matter
not
how
getting
much
it done.
Size you have, it's hard to rebound if you don't give them an opportunity to get underneath the basket.
Or if you turn the ball over.
Before they get there, correct. Well, here's a look at what we have coming up for you here on CTN. We've got swimming and diving next Tuesday as they take on the Blaine Bengals. Boys basketball on Thursday next week against Anoka, and then wrestling on Friday next week against Anoka.
Busy week.
And that'll be always a big battle for the Cardinals and Tornadoes wrestling squad, but the Tornadoes, the inevitable conference champions right now at 3rd in the state. But the Cardinals would love to come out and try and be a thorn in their side, and we'll have all that action for you. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from the Fieldhouse, it's Totino-Grace 41, Coon Rapids 24. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.